Hey everyone, how are you? I am fine. Thanks for clicking on another video. I just finished recording my fourth podcast. This is definitely the most personal one I've ever recorded. It's about religion and faith. It's about my spiritual journey. It's very much my story. And then I wax on and on about my thoughts on religion, spirituality, and why I feel like I'm in a spiritual no man's land, why I feel kind of lost. I'll explain a little bit now. Why not? I'll give you a preview. The big thing is I don't know what to call myself. I was raised in Christianity, and then I got like more and more radical and like invested in Christianity, or at least what I thought was radical. And then all of a sudden, I realized that I hated that. I was like, this sucks. Well, I'm torturing myself. And so then I became kind of like just not too invested in anything. I still, go to church and whatever, but it's out of more of a ritual kind of thing. But I don't, like, if you ask me, what is your religion? If I say Christian, which is usually what I say, I feel like this feeling like that's not a totally authentic answer. Like I feel like I'm telling a half truth. Of course, the Christians are gonna say that's because you're not doing good. You're not practicing. You're not spreading God's love. But really, what it comes down to is that I'm at a place where I just don't know. I don't know anything, and I don't care. I'm sort of at a place where I'm accepting that I don't know. Just seeing where that takes me, where that vacuum of knowledge can take me. I would really like very much to find a religion or to find some kind of Christianity where I felt like really good about it and could say, yeah, cool, I'm part of it. But I just don't. And on the other hand, I don't think that I could ever really call myself an atheist. Like I can't get to that point. To me, strip away everything else. I can't get past the fact that things exist. And I can't get myself to a point where I can make sense of why isn't there nothing? There has to be some kind of intent in my mind. Of course, you could say that presupposes that the question has an answer. So maybe I'm working from a conclusion there, but doesn't it seem more natural, more easy for things if there's nothing? Doesn't that seem easier? Why existence? Why? Maybe there is no answer, but I get hung up on that. So even if I lost every other belief, I could never get past that, I don't think. I realize that religion is a touchy subject, and I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry if anything I say rubs you the wrong way. And I would really appreciate it if we didn't use the comment section to pound other people over the head with our ideas. Or no, express yourself, express your ideas, but let's not, you know what I'm saying? Let's be civil. Let's not try to convert people to whatever we believe or don't believe. And let's not be rude. Let's just express, this is what I think. I have heard several people in my own life and just like on TV, on YouTube, talk about why they left religion or whatever. And so many of them, it was because there was like a question they had that couldn't be answered. Or there was just some contradiction, something that didn't make sense logically to them. And it's interesting to me because that never bothers me. I don't care. Like, so what? Contradiction, question that can't be answered. Especially questions hard questions that don't seem to have an easy answer. Like, even something simple like, why do bad things happen to good people? I feel like a lot of people leave religion because of that question. They're like, how can a good God exist if bad things happen? And I don't have the answer necessarily, but rather than get discouraged by these things, I find them interesting. And I'm like, yeah, I want to get more into it. It seems almost like I guess it's just never bothered me when there are logical inconsistencies or things like that. It's just like, maybe there's just something else I don't understand. I've never thought of it needing to make sense. If I can just feel, there are some things that I can just feel out that feel like they make sense, even though I can't make sense of them in my mind. Then there are other things where I just don't know, and I'm like, whatever. Maybe I'll know one day, but maybe, I would rather not even pursue, just be open to there being an answer rather than just walking away and saying, well, I didn't like the answer, or there is no answer, so screw religion. I think the other thing is I'm just like emotionally attached to religion and feel like I have a duty to it and feel like society needs religion even if it doesn't want it. And so I can't jump ship, guys, even if I want to. Which is a weird thing to think, isn't it? It's a weird way to feel, like I'm sort of like preserving society by calling myself a Christian. That's weird. That's just the way my mind works. Anyway, the podcast link is in the description. Please listen to it. Let me know what you think. And once again, I hate to keep giving disclaimers, but it's not meant to offend in any way. I'm not trying to bash you over the head with my ideas or make you think what I think. I just wanted to express myself. It's interesting because you think there are really smart people who are like at the top of every religion or non-religion, people who have really studied it. Just the fact that there are so many smart people who have devoted their life to studying different things, like, studying Catholicism, studying Buddhism, like the clergy or whatever who are at the top. That's a weird way of saying it. The clergy who are like scholars of it, not like at the top power-wise, but in terms of how much they know. And clearly they have conflicting, contradictory viewpoints. They all can't be right. And yet these smart people who are scholars still have faith in whatever their religion is. How can all these reasonable people come to these different conclusions? It seems to me that there's just a certain point where faith is faith. It doesn't come down to what can be proven. It doesn't come down to what makes the most sense. It's like it's religion. None of it really makes sense up here. So don't try. So let me know if you think you're in a spiritual no man's land. I know a lot of you, I read the comments, I know a lot of you are firmly religious, and I know a lot of you are also not religious. And I know a few of you, when I've mentioned being in a spiritual no man's land, you've said, oh yeah, I know what you mean, that's how I feel too. So just thought I'd put that out there, because it's alienating being in a spiritual no man's land. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please listen to the podcast. Oh, my podcast is on SoundCloud and iTunes now. You can find it over there. If you go on iTunes, make sure you give it 5 stars if you think it deserves 5 stars. Leave a review, a glowing review. Thank you very much. Before we go, another story time with guitar. This is my Epiphone Casino. I got it. My brother got it for me for my birthday a few years ago. It was very nice of him. The Casino, of course, was used extensively by the Beatles. George, John, and I think Paul all got one in 1965. John really loved his. That became his main guitar through most of the Beatles after 1965. It's a hollow body guitar, so it's even unplugged, you can hear it pretty good. Yeah, I'll play a little since you all complained last time. I hope, I hope I don't get demonetized or copy struck. Okay, that's enough of that. Thank you. Bye-bye.